Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel Unlock English Success. My all previous followers and students, uh, you know that we are working on the unit number 5, Women Empowerment through Entrepreneurship, and this chapter is from grade 9 English book, which is just published by Punjab Textbook Board for the year 2025. And in my previous videos we have done the translation and then question answers. So today we will be focusing on the remaining exercise of this unit. So the exercise is starting from page number 64. Okay, and a part was of the question answers, which is already prepared, and it is present in my video list. You can find it out over there in my channel. So next question is question number B, that is choose the correct option for each question. So these are multiple choice questions. There will be a statement and having 4 choices like A, B, C and D. We will be finding out that which option is the right answer. So the very first is, how does entrepreneurship help women challenge societal norms in Pakistan? So if you have already read the text of this unit, you might be well aware of the answer, but let's see what are the options. A is by encouraging women to follow traditional roles. B, by providing them with financial independence and leadership roles in their communities. C, by discouraging them from starting their own businesses. And D, by limiting their access to education and resources. Obviously, how entrepreneurship is helping women. So obviously the answer is the B one, by providing them with financial independence and leadership roles in their communities. When the women are becoming independent, obviously to become independent they have to do some work, like they have to do some business. So for that, financial independence is very much necessary. So next, statement number 2, how do societal norms influence the success of women entrepreneurs in Pakistan? How our society or our norms or our culture is affecting the success of women. So the options are, option number A, they create a supportive environment for women to grow their business. They impose limitations that often restrict women's ability to balance household duties with business aspirations. They encourage women to enter male dominated industries. Or D option, they provide equal opportunities for men and women in business. So we can see that this is not an option. Okay, our society is not supportive at all. And then if you see, they encourage women. No, women are not encouraged to do business. And then equal opportunities are also not present in this word. So the right answer is answer number B, option number B. They impose limitations that often restrict women's ability to balance household duties with business aspirations. Okay, so the statement number 2 is having answer option number B. Now let's move to the third one. What can be inferred about the impact of women entrepreneurship on job creation in Pakistan? How the entrepreneurship of ladies is providing jobs. Okay, so options are, women entrepreneurs benefit themselves only financially. Is it an option that they are only benefiting themselves? B option is, women entrepreneurs contribute to job creation, especially for other women and youth in their communities. C, women entrepreneurs discourage community development. And D, women entrepreneurs have minimal impact on employment. So if you have read the text, so you might know the answer, that it is option number B, that women entrepreneurs are creating job opportunities not only for the ladies as well as the youth present in their community. So women entrepreneurs contribute to job creation, especially for other women and youth in their communities. Okay, next we have fourth one. How might women's entrepreneurship contribute to gender equality in society? So how it is promoting gender equality? So options are, by reinforcing traditional gender roles. B, by challenging stereotypes and promoting women as capable leaders and decision makers. C, by reducing the participation of women in economic activities. Or D, by limiting their opportunities for business growth. So answer is our B1. By challenging stereotypes and promoting women as capable leaders and decision makers. Okay. Let's move to the fifth one. What is the long-term benefit of women entrepreneurs acting as role models for future generations? How women entrepreneurs are an example. So A option is it restricts younger generation from breaking traditional roles. Wrong. B discourages other women from entering businesses. No. It empowers women to pursue their ambitions. Yes, it might be the answer. It has no significant impact on younger generations. No. So the option number C is the right one, that it empowers women to pursue their ambitions. Okay. So let's move to the next question, that is question number C. Read the text and fill in the blanks with appropriate words or phrases. So actually these are the sentences or the lines which are taken from the text, and by reading thoroughly we are able to find out the answers. So let's see. Entrepreneurship is the process of starting, managing and growing a dash venture. So if you have read the text carefully on the very first page, in the very first paragraph, when we are told about what is entrepreneurship, so at that paragraph we might find the answer, that entrepreneurship is the process of starting, managing and growing a business venture. Okay, here the answer is business venture. Second sentence, entrepreneurs identify dash, take calculated risk and bring innovative ideas to life. The answer is again in paragraph number 1 of this unit, that what are entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs identify opportunities. Okay, so here in this blank the word opportunities will be coming. Entrepreneurs identify opportunities, take calculated risk and bring innovative ideas to life. Next, third, Hazrat Khadija Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anha was a successful dash from Makkah Mukarramah, known for her wisdom and leadership. Successful business woman. Successful business woman. So here we will be writing the word business women. Fourth one of the main benefit of women's entrepreneurship is that it promotes dash by challenging traditional gender roles. It promotes equality. Okay, so the answer which will be in this blank is equality. Okay, EQUALITY, equality. Number 5, in Pakistan, women entrepreneurs are active in sectors such as fashion, technology, food and education. Okay, so here the answer is food, FOOD. Next important thing is this idioms and proverbs. Okay, so they are given us the definition of the word proverb. What are proverbs? A well-known phrase or a sentence that gives advice or says something that is generally true. Okay, it is a proverb. So example, they have already given us, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. It means that it is better to be content with what you have than to risk losing everything by seeking to get more. Means you should not be greedy, you should be contented with what you have. Okay. So then they have given us 5 different proverbs, and we will be reading these sentences and we will filling these proverbs over here. As actions speak louder than words. Then B is a stitch in time saves 9. C, the early bird catches the worm. Don't pull all your eggs in one basket. You can't judge a book by its cover. Okay, these all are proverbs, and let's read out these sentences and then find out whether which proverb will be fitting in these sentences. Number 1 is, if you want to succeed, remember that dash. If you want to succeed, remember that action speak louder than words. Means you have to be working something practical. Okay, obviously hard work and some efforts and trying again and again will lead you to success. So here the option A will be done. Actions speak louder than words. Let's move to the second sentence. Let's start our work now because dash. B is the right answer. The early bird catches the worm. The early you start your work, obviously you will be successful in completing your task. Then third one, to be successful, start your day early because, sorry, I was confused with sentence number 2 and 3. The answer of second sentence, let's start our work now because a stitch in time saves 9. Okay, a stitch in time saves 9 means the task which is done on time is worth doing it later on. Then third one, to be successful, start your day early because the early bird gets the worm. Okay, here C is the answer of statement number 3. Fourth is to minimize risk dash when making important decisions. So D is the answer of sentence number 4. To minimize risk, don't put all your eggs in one basket when making important decisions. Next is fifth sentence, when meeting someone new, remember that you can't judge a book by its cover. Appearances are always deceptive, so don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, so E is the answer of sentence number 5. Okay, let's move to the C part. Now they are telling us about the idioms. What are idioms? Here they are telling you about proverbs. That proverbs are a well-known phrase or a sentence that gives advice or says something that is generally true. And here they are telling us idioms, a group of words whose meaning is different from the meanings of individual words. Example, let the cat out of the bag means to reveal some secret, meaning to tell a secret by mistake. Okay, so here in column A they are given us some idioms, and in column B the meanings of those idioms. Okay, so we will be matching these columns. Break the ice means जैसे उर्दू में कहते हैं खामोशी तोड़ना, ठीक है, तो break the ice will be E, to make people feel more comfortable. Okay, break the ice to make people feel more comfortable. Then once in a blue moon, kabhi kabhar. Okay, very rare. Option A. Once in a blue moon, very rare, kabhi kabhar. A piece of cake, very easy, बहुत आसान. And the answer is something that is very easy. D option, a piece of cake. D, something that is very easy. Hit the nail on the head means किसी काम को भरपूर तरीके से करना और अच्छे तरीके से सही मौके का फ़ायदा उठाना और सही काम करना, ठीक है. So hit the nail on the head is B option, to do something exactly right. Next, cost an arm and a leg, very expensive, बहुत महंगी चीज़ होना, ठीक है, जिसको ख़रीदने के लिए आपको बहुत कुछ सेक्रीफाइस करना पड़े. So the answer is C1, to be very expensive. Okay, so next D statement is identify the idioms and proverbs in the following sentences from the provided text and explain their literal and figurative meanings. So here they have given us 5 sentences and we will be telling that what kind of proverbs or idioms are used in these sentences. So very first sentence, women entrepreneurs in Pakistan are making strides in various fields despite having the odds stacked against them. Okay, so here having the odds stacked against them is the proverb, or you can say it's an idiom. So the literal meaning is to face many difficulties or challenges. Done. So you can underline it, despite having the odds stacked against them. And figurative meaning is women entrepreneurs are facing unfavorable circumstances but are still progressing. Okay, understand? Its figurative meaning is that women entrepreneurs are facing unfavorable circumstances but are still progressing. Next, move to the second sentence. She carefully expanded her trading ventures, proving that slow and steady wins the race. So here, slow and steady wins the race. It's again a proverb. Okay, so its literal meaning is taking consistent and deliberate actions led to success. Okay, so it was its literal meaning. Let's find out its figurative meaning from the text. Her careful and gradual approach to expanding her business proved effective in achieving success. Then third, by becoming entrepreneurs, women are breaking new grounds and paving the way for future generations. So here, breaking new grounds means making new ways or new paths, and paving the way for future generations. Underline it, paving the way for future generation. Literal meanings are to dig or open new paths and create opportunities. And figurative meaning will be women entrepreneurs are initiating innovative ventures and creating opportunities for future generations. Done. Let's move to the fourth one. Women who face criticism from society often rise above it and prove that actions speak louder than words. Okay, rise above it and prove action speaks louder than words. So these are our proverbs and idioms in this sentence. So the meaning is, what people do is more impactful than what they say. Means actions are very much important rather than the words or talks. So figurative meaning is that women are showing their strength and determination through their achievements and hard work rather than just talking about them. Number 5, despite limited access to resources, women are showing that where there is will, there is a way. Underline the proverb, there is a will. Where there is a will, there is a way. Its literal meaning is, if someone is determined, they will find a way to succeed. And figurative meaning would be, women with limited resources are proving that determination leads to success regardless of obstacles. Whatever obstacles, what are the problems, whether they have found so many hardships, still they are working hard and finally they are successful. Okay, so let's move to the next part of this exercise, grammar. And in grammar we will be learning about full stop, and we all know very well that full stops or the period is used when a sentence is end. Okay, a full stop is used at the end of complete sentence, that is a statement. So one more important thing, that we in Pakistan still use this word full stop, but in other countries it is called as a period. Okay, a full stop is used at the end of a complete sentence, that is a statement. Example, I know him well. So here the sentence is done, completed. So here the period is written. Okay, this dot is full stop. Comma, like this. A comma indicates brief pause, mainly used to separate words and phrases in a simple series of 3 or more items. So let's suppose if there is a list or something, or if there is separation of some things in a sentence, so we use commas. Example, we bought apples, mangoes, bananas and grapes. So you can see that they're all fruit names. So we are writing comma after apple, then mango, and then grapes, full stop. Apostrophe is used for showing the possession. Okay, means the ownership of something. An apostrophe is used to show possession. Example, a man's house means house of a man. Okay, or men's house. Cat's paw, or the paw of the cat. An apostrophe is also used with contractions. The apostrophe is placed where letters or letters have been removed. Sometimes we use the short form of some words. So at that time we also use apostrophes. Okay, so there are 2 uses of apostrophe, one for showing the possession and one for the short form of a word. Does not, if we write the short form of the word does not, means doesn't. So here N-O-T, so we are writing this apostrophe instead of O. Would not, wouldn't, it is, it's, cannot, can't, you have, your, etc. Okay, then question mark, we all know that this is the symbol of question mark, and it is also mentioned in the sentence in which some question is asked. Okay, a question mark is used only after a direct question. Example, where do you live, what does he do. Exclamation mark. An exclamation mark point is used to show emotions, emphasis or surprise. Means to show our feelings. Examples, if feelings of happiness, sadness or wonder. I am truly shocked by your behavior. So here this exclamation mark is showing your surprise. Then hurrah, we have won. So here the feelings of happiness are expressed. Capitalization, we know that capitalization is the using of capital letter. Sometimes when we start a sentence, we use the very first letter, capital one. Then if you are going to write down some name of a important person, places, rivers, continents, mountain ranges, or some important proper nouns. So we will be using the first one, letter will be the capital one. Okay. So here this is a paragraph which we have to use all the punctuations. Punctuation means full stop, comma, capitalization, question mark, apostrophe, and exclamation mark. I hope everyone can do it very easily, but only for your assess and support. I will be doing one sentence for your better understanding. Here, Fatima Jinnah. Okay, Fatima Jinnah is a name, a proper noun. So we will be writing F capital, J capital, was a remarkable woman, full stop. She was a younger sister. So here she, obviously it's a start of a new sentence. So she, S will be the capital one. She was the younger sister of Quaid-e-Azam. Again, Qaid, Q capital, A capital, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, M, A and J. They all will be capital. Then full stop. Then although, A capital, although, comma. She initially studied dentistry. Then comma. She later became a prominent figure in the struggle for independence. Full stop. Okay. So in this way you can complete all this paragraph. So in this way this exercise is all done, because at the end oral communication skills and writing skills are there, which we will be completing or doing in some other video. So finally our chapter number 5 is completed. I hope this video will be very helpful, and especially for the students who are new or who does not have any kind of helping material. So this will be really helpful for you in your upcoming exams. I wish everyone very best of luck and success, and please support my channel by liking my videos and making some comments, and please share it with your other friends and colleagues. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.